So, Lally doesn't want to answer questions from Rosemary Scapiccio and has now filed a motion to limit the range of her questions. Why? Lally, aren't you just doing your job? Why don't you want to answer these questions? And for those of you who don't know, most of you do, this is a motion filed in the Myles King case, an unaliving case where his legal team previously filed a motion to dismiss, arguing that they were never given the discovery that were entitled to, especially some search warrants was what was in the first hearing. Rosemary Scapiccio, who I adore, kept asking Lally, and he kept being Lally. He sounded like his eyeballs were rolling backwards because, why do you ask me stupid questions? But it's not stupid questions. It's your job, you idiot. You have to turn over Rule 14 material. They argue in this motion to limit the questioning that they already have gotten what they wanted because the trial got continued. The defendant is out on a $10,000 bond. So there's really no reason to talk to Lally because they don't have the three prongs that requires for a dismissal: egregious government misconduct, prejudice to the defendant's right to a fair trial, and showing that dismissal is the only remedy for this prejudice. They claim that they only have prong number one, potentially. So every question that she gives him must be about the egregious government misconduct. Nothing else. Lally has nothing to do with any prejudice, and there's way other remedies than just a dismissal. We listened to Lally on July 21st, and Scapiccio went at him hard. What the F happened? And Lally had his lawyer object to him even being questioned. He wanted to give a statement because the lawyer believed that could clear a lot of things up. Yeah, you want to editorialize your bad behavior. You don't want to come on here and answer questions because it really made you look bad when you did. And now in this motion, they are arguing that, hey, well, maybe the defense got all the evidence they were looking for, but yeah, they got them late, but they have it. So there's no reason to question Lally. And at least they have to go through all of this evidence and then show potentially exculpatory and why that prejudiced your client before you can even answer any ask any questions of me. And I just see this as a, hey, don't let that mean woman ask me questions, because I really don't do well under pressure. And the arguments that just because King is out on bail and the trial is postponed, there's no urgent harm done to him. Oh, so yeah, let's just forget all the stuff we did because they have enough time to look at it before we go to trial. And Lally shouldn't be testifying before the defense has gone through all the evidence and can prove that there were mistakes made. Well, isn't it easily solvable by just answering the questions instead of doing what you kept doing on the stand, which was misdirection and not answering questions? You kept talking about your system, and then you said, well, my system, I didn't check my system, but I have a system. And you could just answer the questions. You don't need to be a weird guy sitting there trying to fight her because it seems like you have something to hide. And and the only thing you want to testify about is what about your behavior was egregious. Well, you didn't turn over the evidence that could be potentially be egregious. You didn't keep a lit fire under the ass of your not prosecutor, your lead detective, Michael Proctor, who we will also hear from tomorrow. So, did you do your job? No, you didn't. And they are citing Commonwealth v. Trepania. That's about late discovery. But apparently, in this case, according to Rosemary Scapiccio, it's not only that they turned over evidence late, it's also that they didn't turn over all the evidence asked for. So you can't really hide behind a law or ruling that is about some of it, but not all of it. Again, it seems more like I really, really don't want to be on the stand because I look bad whenever this mean woman, sorry, not mad, mean woman asks me questions because I'm stupid. Rosemary will grill your ass if you understand, and I love her for it. And I'm not a lawyer, but when I read this, there's one thing they don't address. And I think kind of that's the core issue in the testimony she's going to get from Adam Lally. Why didn't they receive the discovery they asked for? Not that they got partial search warrants, not that, well, search warrants were attached to some grand jury document. Why didn't you turn over clear Rule 14 material? It's not, hey, I did turn it over, but I did it 2 months later. You didn't turn over evidence. We know the judge said, go home, prosecution and defense, find out what is missing, and then we can move on from that. But why, oh, why are Lally trying to hide? It seems like he knows where the bodies are buried. It's not just that they turned over evidence late, which itself is harmful to the defendant. It's also, we have seen him do this before. He lies about discovery. And I will say, yes, he lies. We know from the Karen Reed 1 case that he constantly misrepresented his communication with the crime lab at every hearing. And I went back and I rewatched all of them before trial too. He states that he is in contact with the lab 14 days, a month, then he will have all the final answers. He does that for 6 months until we finally find out he never ever contacted them after the initial contact. So they put it on the back burner. Why should they look at the material when the prosecutor isn't asking for it? So we know this is not a one off. This is the Lally way. The Lally way is, hey, I just say whatever I want in court. I don't do what I'm supposed to do. It's going to be protect the institution of all costs when Lally is there. Hide all the bad stuff we're doing. Don't tell them we're shitty at our job. Lally should testify. And Lally should testify about all of it. They shouldn't limit the scope. Let's get some clean air into the courthouse in Massachusetts instead of all of this hiding things under the rock. And Lord Almighty, let Proctor, I really want Proctor to plead the fifth instead of answering questions. That could be the best end to the day, but we'll have to check it out later. See you at 9.